Hello and welcome back to Living Well Today. I'm Angela and we are on episode 71, Certain in the Uncertain. And I say, let's take a breath together. As if you're anything like me in life right now, there is a lot that is uncertain. A whole lot that's up in the air. And when things feel uncertain, our human instinct, clamp down, right? Plan, control, manipulate, forecast, organize, make it all make sense. I can force this into place, right? But what if the very thing that we're preparing for, certainty, doesn't actually come from the outside? It never does. Certainty is an illusion here on Earth. And we're going to talk about the illusion of certainty and how and in what way can we be in the midst of that uncertainty to be certain, which the only thing we can be certain about is ourselves, or we should be working toward that. I've not always been able to be certain about myself, but that is my practice, is to become more and more and more so every minute of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year of my life. So we all know, and by the way, thank you for being here, whether you are watching this live or on replay, whatever the platform might be, whether it's YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, etc. I thank you. And I am in appreciation of your energy and your commitment to you for living well today. And it does take practice. Life can be very easy. It is us who get in its way. So every week we come on here and talk about how are we getting in our own way? And in what way can we let that go and go with the flow so that we can have more harmony and peace and ease and joy in our life, more patience, more compassion and empathy for one another, more connection to our higher self and to each other, our family, our co-workers, our friends, our neighbors, and even the stranger on the street. We live in a world that sells certainty like it's a product. Just make a 5-year plan. Make your New Year's resolutions. Follow this proven path. Do these 3 things and you'll succeed. And don't get me wrong, I love a plan. I have color-coded calendars. I love a plan. Ask my beloved. I love a plan. I also am very good at spontaneity. I'm not so great at the uncertainty. I'm becoming more so. And that's what today is about. You and I both also know this. Plans, every well-laid plan, doesn't usually go as we imagined. Life itself, right, every day has a way of reminding us that it's in change, it's in flux, more and more so every day. So we're getting real here today. 9 out of 10 times, the best laid plans, something does not go according to plan. Some of those detours and delays can be more significant than others, right? And yet, I know I do. Do you? I treat uncertainty at times like it's the enemy, that it's out to get me somehow. Like if we're not sure how something's going to unfold, then we're failing somehow, or we're weak, right? Or less than somehow, or worse, that we're just not safe if we don't know how it's going to play out. And I feel that safety thing is always a thing for me, rooted in my unsafe childhood circumstances at times. So I know myself. I know myself more and more every day. And I know that this safety thing is a thing for me. So I ask myself, as I ask you, what if uncertainty isn't a threat? I mean, it is what it is. It's here. It's with us. It's our mantra for today's world, uncertainty. What if it isn't a threat? And it isn't. What if it's an invitation? An invitation. Doesn't that sound lovely? So let's talk about reframing just like that. With that, when things feel up in the air, like they do for me right now. I'm selling my home. I'm doing away with my apartment. I just told my landlord I'm not re-signing the lease. So I, after May 29th, officially don't necessarily have anywhere to live unless my home hasn't sold yet, and I don't want that to be. I want that to sell quite quickly. So I stand at a crossroads. And what is your crossroads? We all have one, big and small, or small. I can either go, and so can you, I can either go the way of stress and fear and anxiety, frustration, even anger at times that things aren't lining up, in some magic way quite yet. Or I can remember. I can remember what I know deep, deep down, when I peel it all away, what I know to be true. And that is that things always work out. They always work out. They always do, one way or another, or another, or another, and on and on. When we stop resisting uncertainty, resisting anything, when we stop resisting uncertainty, we start working with it, just like when we start working with our bodies in partnership, in agreement, that something amazing happens. It's like the universe is saying, hey, stop trying to drive the bus. Give me the wheel, would you? Just sit back and relax. Let me show you some routes that you didn't even know existed. And the beauty that you're going to see along the way on those routes, yeah, it's magic. It's where it all lies. And so instead of saying, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Why isn't it happening? And I'm scared. I am working on saying what I'm saying to you is that I don't know what's happening. I don't know. It's okay to know. And maybe that's where the magic lives. Maybe I'll get something more than I ever dreamed of. Maybe I will be bigger, better, and brighter than ever because of these things that haven't come quite to fruition yet. So am I willing to wait more patiently if I knew that outcome was the outcome? Bigger, brighter, better than ever? Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait in my blessings and count my blessings. I'll wait in the beauty. I'll arrange my flowers, let them bloom. I'll do these videos. I'll watch the cardinals. This morning, a female cardinal landed. I was out deadheading the geraniums in the garden, and we're doing some videography here tomorrow for the real estate listing, and I wanted to pretty and prime things up just so I'm out there cutting the flowers, and here comes mama bird, whatever, ladybird. And you know how they usually flip a lot? Cardinals do flip from bush to tree to limb to this limb to branch, a little bit like what my life has felt like lately over the last couple of years anyway. Branch to branch to branch to branch. She was on the ground today. She was on the ground. And it was strange to watch her, not just in the grass. Like she came up on the sidewalk, not too far from me, like a few feet, just looking at me and looking down and eating the berries from the palm tree, whatever. And she hung out forever. And it's like, where's your mate? Where's your man? You know, they're usually with their mate, right? You don't ever see one without the other for too long. And then he showed up. And of course, he flew up way up high to the big branch because I'm sure he needed to, strut his stuff, whatever. But those are the moments that I'll bask in. What is here, right here and now? I let the God, source, collective, universe take care of all the other stuff. So I don't know what's happening. And that's where the magic lives. The only thing, and this is absolute truth, the only thing that we can really count on, is us. We know that for sure, right? If you know yourself or you're learning yourself more and more, that inner steadiness, that inner knowing, the deep down knowing that it's all going to be okay, the trusting in our own voice, our own ability to navigate whatever comes down the pike, to rise up and recenter, and rise up and recenter, and get knocked down and stand up and recenter, get knocked sideways, sometimes forward, stand up and keep going. There's a quote, I wrote this quote down that I love by the late, great Maya Angelou. And I don't even want to say late, great. Let's just say the great Maya Angelou. It speaks perfectly on some level to this, and that is, if you're always trying to be normal, you'll never know how amazing you can be. So let's say normal, aka predictable, planned out, organized, certain. That's not where the growth is, friend. So I keep telling myself, it's not where the growth is. The growth isn't in the plan. The amazing stuff, the truly amazing stuff where we really see what we are made of and capable of, is in the flux. It's in the flux of things. It's in the stretch. We don't learn something when we're comfortable. We learn something in the discomfort. And then through that learning and accepting of it, we can become comfortable again. That's how it works. It's the wholly unknown where the magic is. You ask for grace. You ask for patience. You ask the angels for strength and courage, foresight, agility, your ability and adaptability, your ability to be agile and respond positively and quickly and efficiently and effectively when needed. So I ask myself daily, sometimes right now more than one time a day, maybe you want to try this too, okay? Here are something that you can take away today to think about if you're at one of these crossroads like I am, is that, can I stay grounded in me? Can I stay grounded on earth? And you see with I do between my words of the week and my moonlight moments, I talk quite a bit about grounding, and more right now, especially as we come into the spring, post the equinox, and as we enter into the spring months in the northern hemisphere anyway, that the veil is very thin. And so the energies and the energetic exchange happens very rapidly and readily. So if you can lean against a tree, if you can be out in nature, if you can walk in the grass, that's always 365 days a year is always good. But right now in particular is really super strong and helpful. So can I stay grounded in me and on the earth, even when I feel like the metaphorical ground is shifting all around me? When it's shifting, that's when you imagine you stand there on your own 2 feet with your roots deep, deep down into the ground. And you stand and you say, I am here. I am safe. I am grounded. All is well. All is working out. I trust the universe has my back. Can I trust what's unfolding? No matter what it is, even if I can't see it quite yet. Can I trust that it is for me and not against me? That's a big shift in life. You know, I loved my grandmother dearly. I loved her so dearly, and I love her still every day. And in fact, I talked to the female cardinal this morning, like it was her spirit showing up to say hello. I had just been thinking about her a few minutes before the cardinal showed up. I also learned this morning something very sad. That a friend of my daughter's dog, that's only 3.5 years old, died suddenly yesterday. They had to put her down because of something that happened, and incredibly sad. And my daughter said, I don't think people realize that, yes, it's sad losing a human, but it's just as heartbreaking losing an animal. And it's true. It's really true. There's an innocence with animals. What I shared with my daughter is what I'll share with you if you've lost a pet or are losing a pet. Or if you see animals in a flood or a hurricane, some kind of storm or a fire, barn fire. There was a barn fire recently that, took all of the animals. Animals come back even more readily, more quickly than humans do. So as soon as they go, they're like, oh, I want to go back. I want to go back. Send me back. And they're back. Whether in the next puppy or someone else's puppy or a cat or a dog, whatever it is. But they're like, okay, playtime's over. Now new playtime. They come back very, very quickly. So it takes some measure of solace, I guess, in that, is that they don't think anything of it. It's we who suffer. Truth of humans too. Humans pass through and do a 40-day or so review of their life, like watching a movie, and feel all the feels, all the times that they were, that's your heaven and hell all at once in your life review. And you talk to people who, I know we're getting off topic here, sorry, talk to people who, I've read so many near-death experiences, accounts from people, and talked with many gurus about it, and clairvoyance and clairsentience, etc. And it's, we are the ones here on earth that have the pain and the suffering. There is some suffering that goes on for moments that, as you do your life review, you feel the pain of those you've harmed. You feel that pain. You review and feel that pain as you're reviewing your life story. It's transitional and transient, but you feel it nonetheless. So, when we sit in that flux, whether it's the flux of our own passing through or the flux of all that, for example, that I'm going through right now, where am I going to be living? Where am I going to be living? And how's life going to be working out for me? And all of those things. I am reminded to come back to center and to ground myself. And it's like head in the clouds, feet on the ground. But it's really you're in the clouds and on the ground all at the same time. All of you is in both places. All of you is everywhere. So, and then a final question. This one's probably the greatest. As an Aries, my birthday's coming up, by the way, this week. So, and I love my birthday. Like some people don't really celebrate their birthdays. Oh, you came here, you made a decision to come here. Do you realize, the odds of you coming here and getting to be in this earth school? It's magnificent. It's quite magnificent. And so I celebrate. It's a very big deal to me. My birthday, the day that I chose my parents and decided to come here. Because I love who I am, and I love who I am becoming, all of me. And I even love the shadowy parts of me. And so as I celebrate my birthday this week as an Aries, I am reminded to transmute the tendency. And that's this third question. Can I stop trying to force it into being? Can I lean into faith instead of force? I'm very good at making things happen, making them happen. I'm not as good at allowing them to happen. And so my house is going to sell when it's going to sell. And me releasing it in that way will help it sell even faster. The apartment lease is ending. The love is starting. Right? My daughter went to a different city than I thought. So my path would have been more certain. And I know I should not be hitching my wagon to her star, but I haven't seen her very much in the last few years. And I really wanted the opportunity to be near her and enjoy some time with her. She chose a place that is different for me. It's an energy she chose Washington, D.C. It's a different kind of energy, I think, than I want to be in right now. I think the only way I would consider that is that if I found a really beautiful farm or something, small, manageable farm, garden farm, like hobby farm, not farm, not livestock and all of that, but something where I could grow and have my own garden and flowers and things. I think, I could see that. Middleburg is a beautiful place. I don't know, a couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours or something out of DC. I'm trying to remember. Beautiful horse country. Oh, it's phenomenal. The rolling hills and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The fencing and all of that is just so pretty and graceful and elegant. And yeah, it's a beautiful part of the country, Middleburg, Virginia. But I thought she was going to Charleston. She isn't yet anyway. That's kind of my city, I call it. I love that city. And I know it very, very well. I feel very at home there. So maybe that's a possibility. I mean, lots of things swirling around. So see, if I just stay in beauty and acceptance, it'll line up, and I need to trust what lines up is for me, not against me, not against me. So here's the takeaway, if there is a takeaway, or the lean in, I guess is a better phrase for today. And I, again, thank you for being here. I invite you. I do these shows each week, and I have videos like these, as well as other clips and things that are helpful, that help me shine a light on my own path, and then in doing so maybe resonate for you where you're on your path. On YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, TikTok too, Instagram. On Facebook, I have my personal Angela Moonen, and then I also have the Living Well Today Facebook page. And maybe I'm thinking maybe I'm going to migrate all of it over to the Living Well Today page and off any kind of personal page. Yeah, I may do that. So I hope you join me on those platforms as well. And I'd love to hear the crossroads that you might be at, or the little itsy bitsy knot that maybe part of today helped you untie somewhat or untie altogether. A dear mentor of mine said, life is like a box of pickup sticks, right? You dump it all out and there you are. There's your life. And you say, okay, this stick right here, this is my love life. And as I shift this, as I go and pick this up, right? The goal of the game is to not shift the other parts, right? But what happens? You pull this one stick out and like four other sticks, right? And so then you can't pull it all the way out. So now you have to step back and take another look and say, okay, well, this is my health over here. Here are my finances, my money, There is my family over there. There's my work in the world over there. There's right on and on and on. This stick, that stick. And the game of it is life. It's like moving the sticks around until you get clear, till you clear the stick. And that uncertainty, that movement, and that flux is a natural part of life. You can't get out of it. There's no, pass, go, collect your $200 and skip the rest of the board. Actually, there is, but that's this. You're past to go, go past go and get your $200 and be able to skip the rest of the board and all of the itsy bitsy is to just very quickly, you can do that each time you settle into faith. Each time you let it go and say faith over force. That's you going around the board and collecting your $200. Yeah. So I invite you, as I invite myself, to stop looking for certainty out there in the outside world. It isn't there. It never will be. It's an illusion. Start cultivating the certainty within. I am certain about my capabilities. I am certain about my strength and my courage. I am certain about trusting myself to make the right decisions, the right choices, and choosing for me what is best for me and what serves me in all ways and serves others as well. And I remind you, just like me, that you've walked through other storms. You've walked through unknowns before, and you've weathered those storms, and you've come out on the other side. You've pivoted, you've adapted, you've reinvented. How many times have I reinvented myself? Countless times. And it probably will go on forever and ever, I think. So trusting yourself. That's always my mantra. It comes back to me, right? My life lesson in this life is about trust. Trust. Faith isn't blind. Some say, oh, faith is blind. Faith isn't blind. Faith is eyes wide open and deeply rooted in an inner vision that is true for you and is true for all. But you can't help all. You can only help you in that department. And when we lead with faith, when we lead with that faith and that trust, instead of force, things can begin to line up in ways we couldn't have planned, even if we tried. How many times have you said, you couldn't make this up? That's life happening. That's faith over force. And I wish you more blessings and more magic because you were willing to let go of control and allow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. When you lead as a leader, most people who are here in this show, in one way, shape, or another, are a leader. They're a leader for their family, in their community, their church, temple. They're a leader at their school, in their work, in business, and on one of the platforms, an influencer, someone who is a pioneer in some way. Those are the people who come here. They come here because they want to lead themselves in better rapport with themselves, their higher self, and with others. They are here, you are here, because you want that harmony for yourself. And as you lead with faith, you'll have more and more harmony. That's my promise. So thank you for doing this work. Thank you for being a part of the Living Well Today community. This is heart work. And heart work is more interesting than hard work. Okay. Remember, you're not alone on this journey ever, ever, ever. And I will always be here for you. And all of these episodes will be here for you when you are ready. All the best. Join me next week. I'll see you next week. I'll be officially on the chronological timeline. I'll be a year older, a different number after my name next week. 57. 57. Yeah. I think 57 is going to be a great year. So join me next week and I'll see you then. I'll let you know how my birthday goes. I'm spending it watching the cherry blossoms bloom in DC with my daughter this weekend. So much love to you and all the best for living well today.